Put me up in that algorithm and holla at your girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's star time.
Friday, July 7th, and we're talking about Trinidad.
Oh,
Yes.
what?
Yes, girl.
That's unique.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's unique. That's unique. Yes. No, wait.
Queens is in the building, y'all.
Yo, Moochie, can I get that theory, please? Let me get that theory. You know what I mean? I need that theory right now. I don't need it tomorrow. I don't need it Wednesday. I don't need it Friday. I need that theory right now.
You know, black girls don't really have to do stuff like that. What we gotta do is take naps and moisturize. And we pretty much good to go.
Right.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Rocking with Gucci. And this is Gucci with the EMF. We're going to get into it. I got a panel tonight. We're going to have some fun talking about the episode. Let's chop it up. I am Moochie, and this is Moochilla's Review. So let's get into it, y'all.
Put me up in that algorithm and holla at your girl.
What's up, Tamika? Hey, pretty girl. We got a surprise tonight. We got pretty girl Let's Track content.
Hey,
And
hey.
hey, y'all. Hey. I'm so glad you came tonight.
Yes, me too. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. So, look, we got what did y'all think? Just your first quick thoughts on the episode before we dive into certain things. What's your take on it, Tamika?
I feel like we predicted a lot of the stuff right when we did the trailer breakdown, and even when we was watching, we were saying stuff that was gonna happen before it happened. It was all right though. It was pretty decent. A hot mess.
What's your take on it? What's your take on it, pretty girl?
I'm a little heartbroken. Ashy Larry is officially Ashy, and I'm upset about it.
Yeah,
he didn't deserve that, but you know, Lamar, he's thirsty for blood, child. But overall, the episode, it was entertaining, honestly. Probably my favorite episode out of the season thus far. I think I can say that.
I could agree with you on that.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with you on that. Let me see who's here so far in the chat. Hey, Orlin, DeMarcus, Davina, hey, Shaka King Black, Miss Neesty, hi, Queen, hello, everybody. Hey, Tara, Rashandria, and Inga is on her way. She shall be coming shortly. So we actually seen somebody. Hi from California. What's up, Opie? So we got to talk about it. They did, of course, go back to Mexico, but I said it before. I think we did call it like Tamika. We said they're showing Mexico to show the division between Meech and Terry. So each scene we see them drifting further apart. We see Meech getting darker and darker, and doing things just to, I guess, kind of keep up with Loco. What's y'all take on it?
Yeah, I agree. You know, because you know we started the season trying to figure out what happened in Mexico because they wasn't explaining what had happened in Detroit, while while they was filming scenes there. So Mexico was our only, insight as to what's going on with them currently. But yeah, with the brothers is very interesting, just even their choice of bathing, is a stark difference. Terry opted to take a shower inside, showing, him being practical and predictable. And Michi's outside all naked and whatnot in the wild, just show his like outlandish, personality and how he's just, he's all out there. And, Terry is a little more, classy and demure.
More reserved, right?
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
What's your take on it, Tamika?
Yeah, I agree. Mexico have not been my favorite parts of it. I get the concept and why, but I just kind of wanted it to be a one and done. I prefer us to have our flashbacks from when they was younger or something. But this Mexico scene did not annoy me as much as the last one. That last one was goofy with them making them dance with some bands and on they tighty whities or beige because it wasn't even white, but y'all get the point. I wasn't here for that. This one wasn't, I could roll with this one a little bit better.
All right, so we got that. So that was his house that he was at. What did y'all think of him, the way they took the little boy?
It was sad, but from Local's perspective, it was kind of necessary. I don't think Meech and Terry at this point, they've seen a lot, but I don't think they understand the full scope of situations outside of the U.S. It's a little more unlawful in places like Mexico in terms of their tactics. They would use kids as bait and as, CIs and spies and all those things. And I mean, did I feel, it was probably necessary for Loco to do that. I don't know, me, I would have tried to find another way to, just tie the boy up or something, but they've been exposed. I probably would have just tied him up and just found another spot. Why he gets, until the boy gets found. But, Loco, he's in the cartel, so it is what it is.
Do you think that he did anything do you think he unalived the child?
Based on Terry's narration, he was pretty much, I believe he was saying that, they was kind of moving further and further apart in terms of like morals. He was using a reference between like heaven or the ghetto, or not ghetto, heaven or hell or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing up the narrations, but I feel like what Terry was saying while Loco was taking the boy in the back, it kind of insinuated that Loco was going to get Loco on the little boy. So I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't confirm it, but that's the way I took it. Because at first, right off the bat, Terry was like, "Yo, we don't mess around with kids," and Meech was agreeing with him, but he also was like, "We got to see what's going on." And I've watched enough different types of movies to know that, when sometimes even here, but in them other countries, honey, you don't know, the kids could come with a smile, they be using the kids. Yep. So I understood Loco coming the way that he did, but I also understood Terry being like, "Yo, what the hell? We don't freaking mess around with kids."
Boom is a snitch, eating Swiss cheese.
Yeah, he definitely is. Because how the hell you got out so fast?
She, you know what? And she's a bozo. She's a real bozo.
Yeah.
Marquisha.
I think she's scared. She's still a bozo, though.
She was a bozo for going to that prison. If you wasn't, this guy just tried to unalive you, and you're going to visit him and possibly have conjugal visits with him. Because you heard what Terry was saying, but he's just assuming that. But still, he got some when he got out. Okay? Look, we're going to talk about that ring. Charles saw the ring, and she just like, it's over. Like, I think she's cold, but I understand why. He act like he didn't do anything. Like, To me, he seems like he cheated and all is supposed to be forgiven, even though we not together, and you supposed to reconsider being with me again.
Yeah, I agree. Typical man-ish. Like that's old news. That's probably what he's thinking. You know, it was a small little blemish in their 20 some odd years of history. I honestly feel like Lucille still loves Charles. She's just too hurt, maybe and
Right.
or embarrassed, you know, but I do still feel like his feelings there. But a part of her feel like she can't go back, and I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they both still gonna have their feelings, y'all. They
Mhm.
are. They was married for a long ass time. She gonna be in her
Mhm.
feelings when she see he got his new boo thing. He gonna be in his feelings when he go there and see that the ring is there. But I mean, I've made that, maybe that made it more real for him because they already are divorced. I don't see anything wrong with with her pawn in the ring. Maybe he felt a way that she didn't tell him anything about it, and then he did mention the whole thing about he could have possibly passed it down to Nicole, but she was like, let Nicole start new. Okay.
Yeah, that bad juju. Mm-mm.
You don't need to get that ring to have more suffering, okay?
hmm
Now,
Exactly.
we see the end of a marriage and the beginning of a union.
Yes.
B. Mickey asked for this girl's hand in marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he gonna be around that much longer, though, y'all.
I don't either, girl. I really feel like they setting it up. Once they said the baby was okay, which I'm glad she is okay. And I don't know why, y'all, because y'all know I don't like B Mickey. I'm gonna keep it real. I've never been a fan of his since, everything that went down. But I felt a little like, I don't know, a little something. Maybe my heart grew 2 or 3 sizes. I was happy that Lucille and Charles was there for them, and then you see the baby make it, and him say how important it is that he be there for her, and now we could be a real family, and he's doing this proposal. I think B Mickey about to be a pack.
Yeah, I think so too. Which you think so? Or you
Yeah.
don't know? It seems like it.
Yeah, last, when we talked about the breakdown, that was kind of my prediction, but I don't know, maybe I'm getting soft too. I'm like borderline team B Mickey because I kind of want him to win. I don't know where that's coming from, but I don't know. I just wish he can just use this to get out the game and just, his daughter making it. I feel like, that could be a sign like, hey, let's get out the game. But I feel like if he does make that decision, we're going to have good old Lamar somewhere
Mm-hmm.
waiting for him,
Mm-hmm.
or he may also, be like, you know what? I kind of like being able to provide for my family. Let me just stay in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he can go two ways at this point.
Do y'all think that Lucille gonna find out that B Mickey's hustling again? I think he'll survive this season. Okay. Do, do you think that
Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. So, from my perspective, and I've only watched, so I like to watch each episode twice at least, but I didn't get a chance to the last few episodes. So, to me, it looks like Lucille gave B Mickey the money from the ring that she pawned, not
Mm-hmm.
the church, right?
That's what I think too. Yes.
Okay, because when he proposed, when B Mickey proposed to his girlfriend, Lucille, she looked, away. So I don't know if it just sparked, memories of the ring situation with Charles, or she's feeling away like, hey, I just gave you all my money, and where did you get money for this ring? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what that behavior was when she kind of, I don't know, I can't really describe it, but she was patting him on the back and she just looked concerned.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think she may get suspicious, like, hey, what's going on?
I think she gonna figure it out, and she's gonna be very disappointed.
Yeah,
The question is she gonna confront him?
I think so.
Just he's a bozo too. Come on. You just gonna gamble all your money away? I know he got his little. After a while, stuff get played out where it don't work no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win some, you
Snake in the
lose some.
background. All of their signs was there. You see the snake in the
Yes.
background.
Mhm. Yeah. Even his shirt is giving Snake a little bit the way it's rolling around him.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even
you know how
notice
addicts are.
that.
Yeah, addicts when you addicted to gambling, it's not much. I mean, unless you want to change yourself, you're gonna
Yeah.
stay addicted like any other vice. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Why
frustrating me
didn't
because I go to Vegas
huh?
for
Jamarcus been
$20.
asking this same question for a week. That's not the way they wrote it, Jamarcus.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
they
know.
wrote it for Charles to take his.
She wouldn't even have the idea to pawn that ring. Her cousin gave her that idea. She
Mm-hmm.
was when
Exactly.
that whole Nicole situation happened. She didn't even fathom anything like that. That
Mm-hmm.
her cousin put planted that seed in her head, and then it was like, oh yeah, you know what?
Yeah, because
I
she would
don't
have
need
still
you to
had the ring now.
Yeah.
exactly.
And then I think the part when Charles asked Lucille, advised her that he wanted to take somebody else on a date, I think that also was a catalyst to her being okay with pawning the ring. Because I believe he asked her after the whole Nicole going to jail thing.
Mm-hmm. Terry is a fool, no common sense, you know. Mm. They went through a lot of money trying to put this girl out, and I
Yeah,
think
Mm.
we already. Oh, sorry.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we already knew this wasn't happening. Like, I don't know why they thought it was gonna be so easy. She gave them the warning. I know, Terrell looked like he just a little sucker, which in a lot of ways he is, but he also
Mm-hmm.
has the pull and the connections there. And I don't think they was thinking about that part. They really just thought, like, oh, okay, we gonna come and take over her, and that's gonna be the end of it.
Exactly. But they didn't. They thought because they was music people, they was like soft and suckers. They figured because the business they're in, I feel like
Hmm.
Mexico made them really want to like pump, pound on their chest like they like king of the jungle. But they even noticed the music business sometimes be more dangerous than the drug game.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
look what we just seen happen recently. Okay, the
Yeah.
tribe, but that's another discussion in itself. Kano Trail Bodyguard reminds me of Wolf. That's why I'm saying, do y'all think now y'all seen what happened? Now remember I brought this up last week and y'all was saying the timeline is not connected, so it might not be them. But
Yeah, but
this
they
might be the
also
beginning
change
of their
things
beat.
around, y'all. They may not be going the exact timeline, so you got to take that into consideration too.
Hmm. And this might be the beginning of their beef. It went on for a while, and I don't know. They're talking about the whole money situation. The money was paid, so that's the part I'm getting kind of confused with. That's why I don't think it's them
Hmm.
because they owe Wolf money in the real thing. And just a sidebar right here, the documentary will be airing after the series is done. So we will be covering that. I believe everybody that's here right now, and I think a few more people will be covering that documentary. So please be sure to keep y'all notifications on to check that out. JG Wentworth says, remember Teddy McDonald got palled and used cocaine to treat his wounds.
Mhm.
It's a chance she survived. She took a bump before she got. Yeah, that
Oh
adrenaline
Lord,
going. Did it look like she was dead though? I'm just saying. It to me, it looked
Um,
like I think she's gone.
I
What's
think
y'all?
she's gone.
yeah.
Okay.
I think just all the things that was happening, like with people getting hemmed up. I just feel like this is kind of marking this, and it's the mid season, so I feel like this is kind of marking like a new chapter in their situation.
I
Um,
agree.
Yeah, but they're learning you can't really use street tactics in the corporate world. Even though it's music, it's still corporate, still paperwork, still contracts, and this is kind of their first lesson on how to navigate. You can't just throw money at a situation, like it's paperwork, and you can't come in somebody else's city. And I do appreciate a little realism there, because you know how sometimes some shows can let people take over a territory and there's no repercussions for it. Like, you know, you just can't run up on somebody like that and not expect any retaliation.
Well, you know what, Pretty Girl? We saw repercussion with them coming in on people's territory.
Yeah.
I want to say throughout the whole series, no matter where they've gone, even in their hometown. So
that's true.
It's like they've come across plenty of adversaries in regards to, like, you know, they got to battle it out, or who's gonna be top. Or
but I do think Meech thought he was going to be able to maneuver this different with this business, as far as stepping into the music business and being like, oh, we started our label and we got this artist now, and you know, that's that on that. We over here already celebrating, waiting for the song to come on the radio. Like, wait a minute, who the hell is Damon? Who the hell was that?
Yeah, rookie mistakes.
So you think that girl that Bryant picked up, the stripper, is gonna tell on Meech, or you think she gonna keep it like not say nothing?
I thought she was telling on Duffy.
So that's
that's the way I took it.
Yeah, that's how they found them, I think.
Do y'all think that think Duffy gonna hold it down?
I do.
I do too.
Yeah, I agree.
He was foul. You get this guy to dress your wound, clean it up. He telling you make sure you keep this clean, which we know he's not, because you know he's a dirty mother father. I'm just saying, we know he's not gonna keep it clean. I could see him getting another infection unless he had the fat girl that he was beating, slapping skins with in the fast food bathroom. Unless she does it. I don't even see him cleaning this wound up again. He gonna get some doggone infection.
Yeah,
he gonna keep an infection. Girl, y'all can't see me because my camera's off, but I rolled my eyes as soon as he came up. I'm so freaking annoying.
Me too.
I am so annoying.
Okay, we gotta talk about it. She was really feeling herself. She done had a party and she was going in the room where you got people in the house.
Yeah, that's violation. Like, I'm not about to throw a party and have people just running through my house. I'm too protective of my house for y'all to be effing it up. Like, nah. Like, either or, you gonna have the boy over there, you gonna have the party. We not doing both.
I thought it was just gonna be her and him. She had like a whole crew of people there.
Yeah, she doing a lot.
Yeah, she was doing a lot. And you got to know how to do it, baby girl. Okay, that was a rookie mistake. Because trust me, I done had some parties and I done had a boy.
No.
But we ain't doing it like that. I would have never got caught by my brother.
But with brothers like that, she shouldn't have had a party like that.
Yeah, she was really trying it.
Yeah, she was testing it too much, and it seemed like he sent LaWanda over there to look to spy on her. But I don't know. They seem like they have a good relationship, a close relationship, where they talk a lot.
Yeah.
So, and that's how she knew she was pregnant. Oh. So you think she's gonna hide it from Lucille, where Lucille find out? Because we're gonna look at the trailer. I don't know if y'all looked at it, but we'll look at the trailer. I'm trying to see if anybody else is coming, because I did send the link to other people and they said they were coming. I know.
I feel like she gonna hide it to the best of her ability, but her mama gonna know. Trust me, y'all. I was big as I don't know what, and my mother and father was asking me if I was pregnant, and I still was saying no. They knew. Her mama gonna know.
You ain't fooling nobody but yourself,
right? You lying to yourself, not me.
What's your take on it with her getting pregnant, girl?
Yeah, I saw the trailer, so I kind of know the answer, but I mean, to some degree. But yeah. Oh, Nikki. God. I mean, I don't know. And it's crazy because it's like, on some level, I blame the family. You know what I'm saying? I blame her. You know, I'm holding her accountable, but there's a lot more layers, you know, in regards to, you know, just how her parents treated her brothers and just the whole family dynamic is screwed up. So it was kind of hard for her to, you know, beat that rebellious, you know, bone into her body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do y'all think Terry gonna hurt the worm?
Yeah, he gonna hurt him all right. I think I saw a picture. I can't remember if it's the overall trailer. He looked like he about to burn his face on the damn stove or something. I don't know, child, but he gonna give it to him.
Mm.
He gave them the warning in tonight's episode.
He sure did. He said, "I will KI double hockey sticks you." Okay. So I guess we could look at the trailer. You know, we usually don't stay up here that long, pretty girl. We just talk about what we saw and then we be out. Well, Duffy took too long to get out of town, y'all.
Yeah.
He
like,
did.
How much personal stuff you got to do, boy? Like, you should have been going that night you saw Howard. I mean, not Howard, Lord, wrong cop. Brian. Like, what if I would have packed my stuff, maybe, you know, daybreak. All right, Meech, I gotta head out. Like, it seemed like he stuck around
too long. What did you think about her reaction to her being pregnant, and who do y'all think the father is? I think it's Worm.
I think it's Worm. Is I like that she said a timeline. We don't know what the space is between her being with Breeze and Worm, because she said it's been 3 months and she thinks is Breeze. And Lucille's probably gonna think that too, but now we know Worm was in the picture.
Do you think Terry gonna tell on her? Because you know how he is.
Yeah, once he find this out, he absolutely, girl, he gonna be going off. I think her reaction was realistic.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Like, Mama, you know what Nikki out here doing?
Because he seems like a tattletale, yo.
He is. And Nikki's a soft spot to where he can't handle Nikki like he can handle anybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta find her kryptonite, and that's Lucille on some level. Or the father. But I think he's probably going to tell the mother. But I don't know if he is going to hurt Worm or not, because that whole dynamic of Worm being LaWanda's cousin. So it's like,
that's the only thing that may spare his life.
Exactly.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna spare him. Yeah.
Yeah. He probably gonna.
Out of Pappy.
Out of Pappy. Oh, Nicole, you wilding out, girl.
Yes, she is. Let me see what the chat.
Yeah, I think that made like everything come crashing down for her. That was her reality check.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's Worm. Everybody's saying they think it's Worm. Worm is the Pappy.
I think it'd be more juicier, you know, if it's Worm, because you didn't remember when your last period was. So can I trust your timeline, Nikki?
You know.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun.
Or
fun, alright.
I don't think she would intentionally lie to LaWanda, but maybe I could see her lying to protect Worm because she knows he could be in danger if he is actually the father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We need Maury on this.
She gonna look bad too. Her mother gonna really do some slut shaming on her, I think.
Oh my God. Oh, the words we gonna hear.
I'm just saying, she gonna call her all sorts of heathens.
Y'all already know she gonna go off.
Heathen. She gonna be preaching and everything. I think Terry not gonna tell at first, but he may say something when he finds out she is pregnant.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's what I was saying.
Philippines. Mish will get that Cali Kush from Mal. Yeah, I see that. I see
that connection. Yeah,
Tina made that. That's her name, Tina.
Yeah.
She made that connection. I think he liked that she put that together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lazula will be Meech's right hand man now that Duffy got arrested. Yeah, I know who. That's the one that played a young Bobby Brown.
Oh, that is him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize that.
Tina always come through. Yup. And I was just saying we haven't seen her, and we seen her in the last 2 episodes. That's what's up.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the trailer, and then we're gonna get ready to get out of here. We're gonna make our little assumptions and predictions, and whatever the case may be, and talk about it. Let's look at the trailer.
Tired of talking to a brick wall, right? I'm calling the shots now. When you talk to T, he ain't tell you? I've been hiding a lot from Mitch. I'm trying to set up peace talks with everybody. Wiping out the Moors, we can bring the North and the South under our banner.
When were you gonna tell us that you got yourself knocked up?
What? I only got into this game to keep our family together. This family was better off without you.
So there go the split, y'all.
Yeah, that's the split, and he been doing stuff behind his back. Do y'all think Marquisha got everything to do with that?
Yeah, but a couple episodes ago, he, to kind of rectify the whole shortage of shipment, he did tell her to kind of cut the work. So I think that's part of it, because that's what he was doing in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think he continued to do it, and he didn't tell his brother he still was doing it.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that bringing B Mickey on, having homegirl in his damn ear ends. I think once this Purdy got pop thing happened, the record label ain't going the way it was supposed to be going either. So I just think they just, we continuing to see them going down the road of I ain't effing with you no more.
Yeah. And not only that, they went through a lot of money just trying to push that artist.
Yeah.
And then they had so many
and everything went to
missteps
crap.
happen.
And I think he ended off this episode with saying that not only were they going to hell, but they were sending other people, were bringing other people with them, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Them going to the pearly gates and then bringing people to hell or something like that. Yeah. Meech is giving like Antichrist, and Terry, he's feeling a little more into his morals and more godly, which is still crazy because they doing crazy stuff out here in these streets, but whatever. That's why they be having life insurance policies on these artists.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know when they started doing that, so I'm pretty sure it probably was a thing back then. I don't know. Do you think the Tupac and Biggie thing started that trend, or has it always been that way with record labels putting policies out on artists?
I think that's always been a thing with record labels.
Okay.
I think that was taught to them by the people that run the record labels.
Got it.
Clive Davis was doing it. You think about Janis Joplin, she passed away. You think about all these artists. That's we're gonna go down a rabbit hole if I can. But yeah, I believe that was learned.
Got it.
What do you think about the Jay Pusha situation? Do you think Loco will agree with how they chose to handle him? I want to see what happens, because now they go into war and stuff. But if they eliminate him, I feel like Jay Pusha's like, if we eliminate the Moors, then I'm creating a lane for myself. Yeah. But I don't think it's gonna rock out with Meech. I think he's not gonna realize it until after it's already said and done. Like,
because now they know what time it is with Jay Pusha. Loco came and told him, and then we was also right about T getting the info on the Moors, so they could use that to their advantage. But Jay Pusha thinking that he coming in and oh yeah, why don't you do this with me? That's really his beef. That ain't got nothing to do with Meech.
I think they gonna put Terry down. I think this is when Terry gonna go that way, where that's how he gonna get like kind of taken out of the deal, where they gonna breadcrumb him, but he not gonna be running no operation like he thought he was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we so local, possibly off a kid, so he not showing no mercy to no grown man.
Trell
Um,
had a policy on Purdy. We don't know. We'll see. Do you think that's the last of Trell, or do you think we're gonna see more of him, y'all?
I don't know if they start investigating this situation in the club, you know, that can make the block more hot for Meech. That's when I thought about it. Like, oh, we don't really need this right now. They on stage together, and you know, a bunch of witnesses. It's paper trail. So I don't know. This can get messy. Maybe this will spark if they do the Meech going to Miami type thing, you know, because the block get too hot in Atlanta. That's the thing. We don't know how close to the story they're gonna be. I don't know. There's so many avenues they can go with this.
I agree. Nicole, my mom with me is going to kill me when she was saying her mother's face. She could do whatever she wants. Yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah,
I just want to see how she talks to her once she find out she is.
Well, Meech and Terry got 2 babies each. You had 2 babies, so I'm following the family footsteps.
Exactly. I think they're gonna get on her more than they don't even talk about Meech and them making babies like that.
No.
It was like not even a big deal because it wasn't they doing.
Double standard.
Of course, that's how it always goes. They gonna get on her, so we all gonna have the popcorn because we already know that. But when it's all said and done, it ain't really shit they could do about it. They're gonna still come together and take care of the baby after they finish cursing her out.
That is facts.
Sterling Black's supposed to eliminate Jay Pusha and Sean. I could see that happening. They might have to.
Yeah.
Trell gotta go now. Exactly. Who's gonna do it though? You got Duffy now. Duffy was his hitter, so it gotta be I forgot the person's name. The one that played Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
I think he might be. I think that's his hitter now.
And I was thinking too, when they, you know, hemmed up Trell, like I could see him snitching.
Hey, Miss Niecy, Trell is a cream puff, all right. He's a puff, all right. You know what a puff. I mean, you know, them mothers and daughters. Yeah, she gonna be mad at her, but how can you say something? I know you don't want your kid to follow in your footsteps, but she done really messed up where she's gonna end up losing that scholarship.
Yeah. She didn't think about that part, and that's the reality, you know.
Yeah.
She thought about having fun with her legs up in the air.
Yeah.
Trell definitely was trying to set Meech and Terry about getting cashier check for a paper trail. Yeah. So he might, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they be in cahoots with Boom. Boom know people too. And that's what I said last week and when we did the trailer, that it might be a possibility that Boom is setting all of them up. Well, not with the people in Atlanta. I'm talking about like I think he's setting up Marquisha and Terry.
I agree because I know he know that ain't her house. You gonna tell me you over? You're not messing with this dude, but you staying and you bringing in Fendi bags. But you crying to me about funds in the welfare line? Nah.
She just looked like a straight up liar.
Yeah.
Nicole fell in the family traps. Yeah.
Yeah. Generational curses. If you call it a curse, babies are a blessing.
And I did feel bad for Charles. It was very much giving me because when we was reviewing Godfather Harlem, I always say that Bumpy, it'd be like, you can't win. This was Charles, you can't win episode. He kept as many times as he kept talking about that damn tour. I said he ain't going to this tour. He ain't making it.
Me and Tamika watched it together, right? Yeah. And she said he ain't making that tour. I said, I don't think so either. And then with his hand,
oh yeah, that made me feel a way. Hey,
you know what? Lucile's gonna be really mad now.
Because now he's gonna be stuck.
Maybe get him a check.
Yeah, hopefully he could get some kind of check off of it, but that's messed up.
Oh yeah, he gonna be on workman's comp.
Yeah,
that's right. So
Yeah.
And the boss was being all nasty to him. He tried to bring him a bottle. He was like, first of all, now I gotta find somebody to fill your position. And I don't drink that. I drink scotch. I was like,
Mhm.
damn.
Poor Charles. That's
Mm-mm.
the first time I really feel. I mean, not saying I wasn't feeling bad. I really felt bad for him this episode. Like,
Yeah, he was
I felt
going
like
through
Florida
it.
Evans. Damn.
Hmm
They get on her because that was their youngest child. Last chance to do it the right way. I agree.
Yeah. And I think partially that's why, well, not necessarily all the reason why, but they pouring into B Mickey. Like, he's another like last hope, like, like trying to help him out
hmm
too.
Yeah,
I
because
feel
they
like it's
was
like
trying to pull Terry in when they knew that they had lost Meech, but that didn't
mhm,
work. And then
mhm.
it's like, okay, we got her. She's the first planetary to go away to school. We thinking, all right, we did that. This one gonna make it out. So I definitely understand that. At the end of the day, parents always want their kids to do better than they did, have more than they did, regardless of what.
True.
Right. Boone will be living in Terry's house. I know. I know. I want to see how this plays.
Yeah, I want to see how
Yeah.
that's
He look
gonna
like a
go.
sucker now, and he just looked like what what's the word they use? Simp. Yeah, he looked like.
Yeah. No. I could see Boom like putting a, blicky to her hair, like, hey, call him over here. And he gonna be
Mhm.
sitting on his couch.
And set him up.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. He really needs to leave her alone. That was a warning right there when who and B Mickey saw all of her extra activities that she was doing. I don't care if she was talking. Can't trust her.
No.
Marquisha better pull a Monet or on Boom.
She probably too. I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of her kryptonite. Like, for some reason, when it comes to him, she becomes submissive. Like with Terry, she is dominant. You know what I'm saying? But with Boom, I feel like he brings the submission out of her. With all the abuse and everything that they went through.
I agree with that.
Frank was actually right. Frank was looking out for Charles. I know, but he still was being rude to him though.
Yeah, it was kind of like a dream killer on some level,
Mm-hmm.
like a hater.
He just mad that he can't go on to
I know.
it.
You want to talk about the chick that dumped Charles low key?
Yeah,
Oh,
that made me mad too. I was mad that Charles even was like inviting her to go on the tour. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Don't Charles leave her the hell alone.
Slow
I
down,
know.
Charles.
Did you forget that she got a stalker and you trying to take her away with you? Y'all be in hotels and this nut is following her?
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Chuck?
Yeah, she pissed me off. Now you feeling bad for old boy. All right, come on. But that's typical, mentality.
I wonder how they gonna what they gonna are they if they gonna show I can't get it out. I wonder if they're going to show Duffy getting interrogated.
I wouldn't be surprised. I could see Brian trying to shake him down, and they'll get to a point where they know they ain't gonna get none out of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because he got to go back to Detroit and face some charges. He got a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Marquisha tried to explain everything away when Terry brought up what they found. Yeah, but she was trying to explain everything away, but also she was trying to use what she got to get what she wanted. She wanted him to not even think about what's going on. That's why she was trying to come on to him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She makes me sick. I mean the character. I don't know the person. And she says it's not accurate, but according to her show, she did worse than what she was doing on BMF to me.
Mm.
Right, Tamika? We saw the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a show or a
Okay.
movie?
A movie.
A
Oh,
movie,
it was a movie.
yeah. Because
Okay.
she was complaining of how they have her character looking up here, so she's in her own thing. But that didn't make you look no better.
It
Yeah.
didn't. It just made her look worse to me.
Mm.
We saw less of her kids in that than in BMF. At least when we first met her, we were seeing her children. Now we don't see them at all. With the other one, her kids was always at her parents' house.
Yeah, they did mention that in some documentaries, I think. No, maybe I'm
Right.
thinking about the show. Never mind. All this stuff get blurred now.
Mm-hmm. I believe you. Okay, so we gonna get ready to wait, let me see. I wonder if Meech have Sterling Black take out Boone. Mm, I don't know. But I think they gonna be next. They gonna be the next ones that get arrested soon. Cause
If
he
me,
got a lot of bodies too, still.
yeah, but I don't know if Terry's even gonna share that because Meech don't know what's going on. I mean, not that he can't find out, but Terry's trying to keep things on a hush hush on his end too. So
Yeah, do you think that Meech is gonna tell Terry about Duffy?
he did already. Towards the end of the episode, he said
Yeah,
I
Duffy.
he
know he was
told him
talking to the
towards the end
girl.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know he was talking to the girl. I know he
Yeah,
was
Yeah, he
talking.
told him right before they went out on the stage with Purdy.
yeah, and he told him about going back to St. Louis.
And how y'all wasn't paying attention to the crowd? Y'all know that big ninja was in there looking around clear as day, sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was crazy.
Yeah. So, what y'all got going on your channels? And I'll start with you, pretty girl.
Well, I do plan on doing a mid-season review for BMF next week sometime. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I have some blogs posted on my other channel, Channeling Chanel. And yeah, I'm here. Y'all, are always most likely notified via the community tab or the pop-up. That's why the notification bell is so important.
Mm-hmm. And what you got going on, Tamika? You just rolling with us still.
Yeah, I may do a self care Saturday on what you should be watching. If it's not this Saturday, maybe next Saturday. A couple other things may pop off. Just keep your notifications on.
All right. So, like I'll be back with the shot tomorrow. So keep y'all notifications on. I am trying to get through Ironheart. So that'll be next. And I know we doing Squid Games with Inga on Wednesday. Sunday we'll be doing the shy. It'll be a double episode with the ladies. So we'll be doing that with EJ on Monday, not Sunday. I got that mixed up. My bad. And then we're gonna be going around again. I believe that there is a break with BMF this week coming. So I'll let y'all know what's going on because I usually do the trailer breakdown by then. But if not, we're gonna still do some predictions and talk about it one day during the week. So keep y'all notifications on and thank y'all for coming through. What you think's gonna happen to Purdy? I don't know. I think that's the end of the career. She probably ain't gonna want to sing no more, whatever the case may be. We got to see how these two gonna battle it out. Which you want to take this question, pretty girl?
I mean, even if she does survive, the fact that it's probably just life altering and she's already an addict, she's probably not gonna make it if she does stay alive. She's just gonna be, smoking crack next week. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? I always go to crack for some reason, but you know what I'm saying? I just feel like if she can't display her talents, she might as well just be gone. I'm just saying, and from her perspective, she seemed like those type of people. She already had all this childhood trauma anyway, but I feel like just keeping her alive, what would be the point? We don't
Yeah.
have time to follow her journey.
Okay, so Tamika, before you answer, I'm gonna piggyback off of his question. He said, "What do you think's gonna happen to Purdy? Do y'all think at this point we're gonna see Blue Da Vinci character?"
Yeah,
Wait, say that again.
I said I'm piggybacking off of this question. He's saying what y'all think gonna happen to Purdy, and then I'm asking you also, do you think we're going to see Blue Da Vinci's character in this coming up?
I'm not sure. It's a possibility. Purdy, I think to me personally, I don't think she made it. I think they're gonna be at her funeral. But if she did, I agree with Pretty Girl. She gonna be jacked the hell up. She might be, smoking crack. She might be sniffing and smoking it, doing some woolies. Who the hell knows?
Did they have on suits in the coming attraction?
Nah, we didn't see them. The
we
only
ain't see
thing
no
we
suits.
saw in the trailer was them actually arguing because Terry's hot and stuff. Meech is finding out about it, and then we saw Lucille telling Nicole, why the hell you ain't let us know that you got a whole baby in you. That's all I remember. I didn't see them in those suits, but I don't think she made it. Maybe she gonna be in the hospital hooked up to some tubes. I don't know.
Maybe they can make some bread off her death. You know how they be doing.
Yeah, because you know how sometimes when a person get hurt or taken out, then they song go to number one.
Yeah. Why I'm on birth control depo shots. Well, you know what? This is what I don't understand. Didn't she go to the good doctor and get contraceptives? But she was saying
she gave them to her, but Nicole said she didn't need them, that she wasn't gonna be like her. Okay.
But you saying you want to have fun now, so you should have got protective. What was she thinking? She's a bonehead too.
Yeah, it's like she got that fantastical mindset, like Meech, like nothing.
Nothing gonna happen. It can't happen to them. Remember that Duffy told Meech that he needs to take care of his equipment and his father. Yeah,
I believe Meech is gonna do that. He gonna hold him down.
Oh yeah,
definitely. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna get up out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Nanette, DeMarcus, all in IC. Is that what it said? Yeah. All in all, I see. Yeah, okay. Taylor collects, Erica, Nelson, and Erica, plenty of others. There's some other people here. I know it's because it's like people must be laying down in bed watching it where they not leaving a comment. But y'all know y'all can hit that like button with the remote. All you gotta do is just press it and then scroll up and then go over and hit the like. So hit the like, hit the share. If you're here for the replay, hit hashtag replay. Thank you for coming through. And we are out of here. Have a good night. Later.
Put me up in that algorithm and holla at your girl. Ew.